What's up, y'all? This is Andy Story with Wild Lumens, and today we're going to do an amazing product review of Redmond Re-Lyte Electrolyte Mix. We're also going to do a quick crash course on how electrolytes play into your diet, regardless of the type of diet you're on, whether it's ketogenic diet, a carnivore diet, or the whack standard American diet. As long as you're getting some electrolytes in it, it's probably going to be beneficial for you. Let's dive on in. If you guys don't know by now, I practice a carnivore diet, and I also work out quite a bit and have a very active lifestyle. What that means for me is that I feel better when I'm actually supplementing with electrolytes. This doesn't mean that everybody has to do this, but for me, I like to do it. Another thing is that when I first started the carnivore diet, I kind of wished that these were available or that I was keen enough to include electrolytes, because I did end up getting a slight carnivore diet flu, which is basically your body adapting to a carnivore diet. And so you kind of feel a little lethargic, a little lack of energy, but it's not like a real flu or anything where you're not getting a fever. At least I hope you don't. The other thing that was a major problem for me when I first started the carnivore diet was I would get muscle cramps in my calf muscles. Every once in a while, I'd wake up in the middle of the night with a little bit of a cramp, or in the morning, I would usually have cramps more often. And what I found out is I just didn't have enough electrolytes in my diet. Right now, let's do a quick little crash course on electrolytes and how they are important to a human diet. I mean, we've all heard of electrolytes, but do we really know what they do for us? I did a little research. I've kind of known about electrolytes ever since I started getting the muscle cramps, and this is pretty much what I found out. Chemically speaking, electrolytes are minerals that are able to carry an electric charge. And what that means is they can turn fluids within your body into an electrical charging material. From a biological perspective, electrolytes are present in your blood, sweat, your urine, and other tissues, and they basically support a lot of your bodily functions. Now, the way you get electrolytes is from what you eat and drink. We're talking about sodium, calcium, potassium, copper, chloride, phosphorus, manganese, magnesium, and bicarbonate. I believe your body can produce its own bicarbonate and phosphorus, and I think that leaves us with about 5 other electrolytes that we would have to get by eating or drinking something with electrolytes. Those 5 essential electrolytes are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and of course chloride. So once again, what are these electrolytes doing for you? They're balancing the amount of fluids in your body, and they also balance your pH level to make sure you're not overly acidic or overly basic. And you're gonna need electrolytes for your nervous system as they help function neurons and send signals throughout your body. Of course, they have a bunch of other responsibilities, one of which calcium helps your muscles, hence the reason you may have muscle cramps. There's other electrolytes that play into the muscle component as well. So as soon as you don't have enough, chances are you will get some muscle cramps. There's a bunch of other symptoms from lack of electrolytes, which includes numbness, confusions, and even convulsions, so it can turn into a serious problem. And of course, one of the symptoms I was talking about before is the keto or the carnivore flu, where your body is adapting to this new non-carbohydrate style of eating. If you are getting those kind of symptoms, a lot of people will say just go ahead and add your electrolyte, and it should help remedy that problem. And of course, that was one of my problems when I first started on the carnivore diet. In fact, I've also had a little bit of a muscle cramping situation. I was playing volleyball, beach volleyball, a few weeks ago, and my foot muscles cramped up, and they kind of got stuck in a little weird position for a couple minutes, and then I had to sit out for the next game. But I was able to get back in the ball game, and that night I went home, had my Re-Lyte mix, and ever since then I've made sure that I have a good mix of electrolyte mix before I go play volleyball, basketball, or work out, just so that I can help prevent that from happening again. Let's go over our product, figure out what Redmond is putting in their Re-Lyte Electrolyte mix, And then once I get done with that, I'm gonna go over a little FAQ on most asked questions that they get. I'll be specifically reading from their website so we can get to the bottom of it to figure out if this is something that you're gonna want to include in your supplement regimen and or diet. But before we get there, if this is the kind of content that you're digging, if you dig the carnivore diet, the keto diet, some kind of ancestral diet, and you're learning something right now, then do a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment below to let me know if this is a product you're interested in or using right now, and if you feel like it's working for you. I really appreciate it. Today's review, we're gonna be checking out the lemon lime flavored one and the mixed berry flavored Re-Lyte Electrolyte mix. First, what's in these guys? I'm gonna go ahead and read their mixture. They have 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 500 milligrams of potassium, 1,585 milligrams of chloride, 75 milligrams of calcium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, and 60 plus trace minerals, which are naturally included coming from the Redmond salt, I'm assuming. And according to Redmond, and this is kind of what I was talking about before, your body needs 5 essential electrolytes to hydrate its cells and keep your muscles working their best. Redmond Re-Lyte delivers an ideal non-GMO blend of sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and chloride, along with coconut water powder and Redmond Real Salt 60 plus natural trace minerals. One thing I should add here is that this is not going to work if you're trying to do a very strict carnivore diet or if you're on some kind of a fasting regimen, because you are going to get a little bit of a calorie count with the flavored mixed options. Redmond does have an unflavored option, which they say they recommend if you are trying the carnivore diet or a strict fasting regimen. So go ahead and pick up that version. I was gonna get it, but the day I went to the website to purchase it, they had no more left. So who knows, maybe they have it today. And if you are heading to their website and you're ready to go ahead and purchase your Re-Lyte, go ahead and use WILD at checkout or the link below, because you will receive what I believe to be 15% off your order. So it's definitely worth it. You get a 15% off discount, and I think depending on how much you order, you will get free shipping. But go ahead and check out their rules once you're at checkout, and also browse their website because they have a ton of information that's very useful and explains how awesome of a company Redmond is. In fact, they're the salt company and company in general that Dr. Sean Baker is recommending and Dr. Paul Saladino is recommending, and of course I'm going to recommend them. It's just a great company. They're based out of Utah. Their salt is coming from a salt bed, and it's not coming from the ocean. You know, salt coming from the ocean can tend to have microplastics or other toxins associated with toxic environmental damage. So you know that this is the pure stuff without any of the BS or toxic chemicals and or pollution in it. Another thing I should add is that this mixture that they put together has a perfect ratio of potassium and sodium. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, and that's what a lot of people are recommending. Now let's go to some of the most asked questions when it comes to Redmond Re-Lyte. A lot of people ask, is it keto approved? The answer to that is yes, it is. A lot of people on the ketogenic diet are using this. Of course, it's not going to have any carbohydrates, so definitely go ahead and pick this up if you're on the ketogenic diet. Will this help with muscle cramps? According to their website and from my own personal experience, I'm going to say it most likely will. Is it gluten-free? Yes, it's gluten-free and non-GMO. Of course, like I mentioned before, can you use it while you're fasting? The answer is yes, but you're gonna have to go ahead and pick up the unflavored version. Let's go ahead and do a quick little taste test and figure out which one of these guys is gonna taste better, the lemon lime or the mixed berry. All right, I just went ahead and filled up 2 glasses of water. I would probably guesstimate that these are about 14 ounces of water in each, and Redmond recommends 1 scoop per 16 to 20 ounces of water. So what I'm gonna do is not put an entire scoop in this because obviously the glasses aren't big enough. So if you open these guys up, you have a beautiful powder and you have your perfect scoop. So it makes everything a lot easier. And I should mention that I did a review on Elemental Labs electrolyte mix, and the cool thing about them is their mixes come in little packets about this big, which are perfect for when you're either going to the gym, traveling, and you didn't want to pre-mix while you're there or whatever. And it's just a very convenient way. And I've also heard that Redmond is going to be doing the same thing. So they're going to be making little pre-made packets. All you got to do is get the water, mix it in, and you're good to go. But this here, this is not a bad, this isn't bad either. It's like big deal, you know? So I got my powder. This one is the lemon lime. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in to my 14 ounces of water. And let's see, how many servings per container? So 50 scoops per container. So this will probably last you, if you're doing 1 scoop a day, 50 days. And I got 2 of these, so I got 100 days worth of electrolyte mix. And then this one here, I got my berry. Go ahead and put that in, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up. Should mention that it does take a little bit of an extra effort to mix it all in the water completely. It's still a little clumpy. What I found is if I let it rest for a little while, maybe a few minutes, come back and then mix it, then it mixes a little better. It's just not the most water soluble mixture out there, but it's no big deal. A lot of people sometimes get the little mini blenders. I don't have mine right now. It's like a little thing you can get on Amazon, and it has a little blender on it, and you just put in your water. I'll put a link to that below too, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You know, it makes it a lot easier than just using a spoon. All right, guys, I let it sit for about 1 to 2 minutes, went back in, stirred it up, and now I have perfectly dissolved electrolyte mix in water. And we're gonna try and do a little quick taste test. I'm not gonna drink both of these at once. I'll probably do, I don't know, half of each one and then save the rest for tomorrow. This is actually perfect timing because I have a volleyball game coming up this afternoon right after I get done filming and editing this video. Oh man, it's really good. Now I'm on the carnivore diet, and if you're on the carnivore diet, I recommend the unflavored version. These guys, or this lemon, I should say, tastes really good. It's very palatable. It has a very salty but a little touch of sweet flavor. It's a good combination. I can see why a lot of people like this and recommend it. So let's go ahead and try the mixed berry. That's really good too. It's hard to tell which one is better. I guess it's up to you. If you're a lemon lime type person, then obviously go for that. If you're more of a berry person, berry is gonna be your choice. Either way, I feel like these are a great option to reintroduce electrolytes. I'm also gonna suggest that you pick up your salt from Redmond as well. Now this is a 10-pound bucket, but I go through a lot of salt. And this is how I save money. And speaking of saving money, if you're gonna buy anything from Redmond, go ahead and use my coupon code WILD at checkout and get your 15% off. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate you coming along for this ride. If you have questions, drop them below in the comments, and I'm off to go make another video for you. Thanks for watching.